perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. When I first heard about K-Pop Demon Hunters, I had no interest in watching the film whatsoever. No shade on the movie or anything, it's just that it was clearly made and targeted towards a younger female audience. One look at it told you that, and this isn't a bad thing. Pieces of entertainment can be directed at a specific audience, male or female, younger or older. People are allowed to have their own things.
I just think they're neat.
As such, I allowed the film to pass me by for a time. I heard about the hype, how people liked it, how it was on the top 10 in Netflix for weeks upon weeks at a time, how it got a theatrical sing-along release, but I still wasn't moved. To me, it just meant that young girls finally found something that resonated with them, and I was happy for them. But I have no kids of my own, and my wife didn't have an interest in this either, so I remained foolishly stubborn. Until my wife's cousin's wedding. I had men at retirement age come up to me and ask me if I watched K-Pop Demon Hunter, and when I said no, they recommended it to me. So I was convinced to give it a shot. If they liked it, I'd find it at least mildly entertaining. And I have Netflix already for my K-dramas, documentaries, foreign films, and comedy specials. No reason not to sit down, get drunk, and see what the big deal was. And, well... Not only did I think that K-Pop Demon Hunters was good, I thought it was great, fantastic, amazing, as close to perfect as a movie can actually get. So much so that I think that any conceivable changes would have made the film worse. Perhaps the only possible complaint that I could have would be that they were limited with character exposition. So they kind of had to lean more into tell, not show with Zoe and Mira. And wait, don't get mad.
I can explain.
There are 3 instances of this exposition for them, with the fans at the beginning of the film, with the doctor, and with the song Golden. So they used the rule of 3 to reinforce the knowledge while either utilizing humor or an amazing song to let the information sink in. But we never actually get to see them with their families, witnessing their personal issues in full, which is literally the definition of tell instead of show. I'm sorry.
But wait! There's more!
At the same time, I don't know if I can criticize this too much. I mean, this movie is a tight hour and a half. They only had so much time with all the action, drama, music, and storytelling on display. So they did the best damn version of tell instead of show that you could imagine. Plus, there was no way to fit everything in fluently. Plus, it's obvious that Zoe and Mira feel distant from their families, so it still makes sense. It kind of would have felt forced if you did show instead of tell, so even that's really not a flaw.
Fair enough. See you around.
I suppose another possible complaint could be that the big bad Guima is generically evil, but I like an evil force that's irredeemable. And Jinyu acts as the complex antagonist, while the normal demons act as comedic fodder. Kind of like a triple stacker sandwich with 3 different types of villains, which is fantastic. Reminds me of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which is something that more people should use as a goal for comparison.
You're horrible.
What took you so long, idiot?
So with any real criticisms, not really being criticisms, but rather deconstructions of what the writers were doing to keep the audience invested and up to date on what the story was, I really only have praise to give K-Pop Demon Hunters, starting with the animation. This film is so gorgeous, flowing with colors, filled with style, personality flowing out of every single frame. It's literally one of the prettiest animated films I have ever seen.
It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours now.
Part of me feels like I should eat crow for not immediately supporting this film. I lament loudly and often how much I hate live action remakes, how I wished people would just enjoy animation instead of needing everything to be live action, because some concepts are just better animated. And the creators of K-Pop Demon Hunters know this, because they swore there would never be a live action remake, and I'm dropping to my knees and thanking God that someone out there actually understands what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being so dumb.
It's not just the fact that everything looks beautiful. Even the choreography is flawless in both the dancing and the combat. Do you have any clue how much work went into that movement, where the Huntrix's dance moves mirror their fighting styles and vice versa, them using weapons revolving around their personalities, all the while telling the story of them individually and them as a group? Do you realize how much work went into this and all the tiny little details? So with the perfect visuals, you wouldn't think that much else would be able to match up, but you would be wrong. My God, the soundtrack. I swear to you, I have never at any point in my life listened to a film soundtrack on loop this much. Hell, I don't think I've ever even had my video game soundtracks blaring in my head for such a significant amount of time, and I played Expedition 33 this year. I go to sleep mentally singing one song and then waking up to another. The playlist is on my brain all the time.
Banger after banger after banger.
Literally every single song is amazing, with my top 3 being How It's Done, Golden, and What It Sounds Like, in order from 3 to 1. You see, this is what I want from a musical. The songs actively contribute to the story, and these 3 are at the top. How It's Done perfectly introduces the girls at a high adrenaline pace. Golden is used several different times for character development, and What It Sounds Like,
First, let's get one thing straight. I'm not crying. I'm just sweating through my eyes.
That's not to say that the other songs aren't amazing too. Soda Pop is a perfect play on the generic pop song that's especially designed to be catchy, almost equaling Gitchy Gitchy Goo from Phineas and Ferb in self-awareness. Free is an amazing love and healing song. Your Idol just plain rocks, and Takedown is too catchy to be taken as a song about negativity by Rumi. This is literally a perfect musical film. Please take notes, Joker 2.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. That's not what I want.
And just as the songs are perfect pieces of storytelling, the writing in K-Pop Demon Hunters is phenomenal, perhaps being better than it has any right to be. It could have gotten away with the perfect animation and the flawless soundtrack. The story could have been bad, the absolute drizzly, and I still would have recommended it. But nope, they decided to cook probably my favorite overall narrative in 2025 as well. Once again, I'm sorry, Expedition 33, you made me too sad. This one at least makes me happy. I gotta give it to this.
Well, hang on, you've just...
No, I like it. This is brilliant, but I like this.
While I wouldn't call the symbolism of the demon marks to be subtle or anything, it's powerful to the point that my wife and I just sat straight up when Rumi's marks were revealed. The idea of this demon hunter battling her own inner demons is basic but powerful, emphasizing that everyone has the capacity for great good or great evil inside of them, and they have to choose who they are going to be, either crumbling into despair because of their perceived flaws or being the best possible versions of themselves.
Hey, who left this bowl of onions here?
I always find Eastern interpretations of demons to be very interesting, specifically Demon Slayer and Demon Hunters, where the demons were once humans who fell into despair and temptation, pushing their own pain out onto others. Led by a true force of evil, they commit terrible deeds, ruining the lives of innocent people. And while the writers show sympathy to these characters past, the demons that is, they never excuse the demons' terrible actions.
Oh my God, are you crying?
No, it's just raining.
To the point that there is a line that you just can't come back from, and they recognize this. Rumi never took her pain out on other people. That's why she's the hero of the story. It's not that complicated. She had her problems and hid things from her friends. Sure, she was suffering the entire way and hurting her relationships, but there's a big difference from that than Jinyu, whose selfishness caused him to repeatedly lash out at the people he cared about for his own benefit. There's a reason he didn't get a happy ending. You can't come back from some things.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Earlier this year, I lamented how villains just can't be evil anymore, that there always needs to be shades of gray. I liked Frierin's interpretation of demons, and I like this one too, that the way to avoid falling into darkness is through human connection, forgiveness, and love with people who genuinely care about you. It's a perfect middle ground with the Demon King and his fallen minions. Hatred isn't the way, but they still can't be allowed to hurt innocent people.
Would you get out of here?
And while the themes and overarching narratives are brilliant, they would fall flat without interesting characters to latch onto. The workaholic, self-loathing but loving Rumi, the defiant, passionate Mira, the creative yet anxious Zoe. They played off each other perfectly. Each one is their own person with their own strengths and flaws, all the while still being good people and heroes that we can root for, instead of boring bowls of porridge who are supposed to be flawless but just end up annoying you.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
In many ways, Mira is supposed to be an extremely rude character, but she's unbelievably tame in comparison to the asshole female characters coming out of the West lately, where they treat everyone like pieces of for no reason or for minor reasons. Mira shows kindness and consideration to people who appreciate her. She responds with equal levels of assholeness to those who are rude to her. Can you imagine if she was written by the people behind the MCU or any of our fantasy series right now? Oh my god, it would be awful.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
The girls actually liked their fans and appreciated them, the people who supported them. Isn't that a nice change of pace, Hollywood? Could you imagine the rant that they could have possibly had about how none of the fans actually know them, and the parasocial relationship is sickening to them, and blah 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 blah. Granted, real life fanatics can get real creepy and real scary, but that is reality, and this is fiction. We don't have to bring that up in a fun movie. We're allowed to have fun. Remember fun? When we were allowed to have that instead of everything having to have commentary on real life and just be a big downer? Yeah, that was nice when we had that.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. But Pepperidge Farm ain't just gonna keep it to Pepperidge Farm self free of charge.
Each of the girls are their own person. They're unique, interesting. They love dancing and singing, sitting on the couch, pigging out, fighting, interacting with their fans, dressing in cute outfits, and you wonder why this was popular with young girls and basically everyone. The writers even allowed these girls to be attracted to men. That's kind of mind-blowing to me in the year of our Lord 2025. No one knows how to write women being attracted to men without making them literal monsters anymore. And to be fair, their crushes were still demons, but they're beside the point. They actually liked them when they looked like humans and not like monsters.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
All of this to say that each of the girls are well-rounded individuals with flaws, desires, individual personalities, actual attraction to other people, talking patterns, shifting relationships, and everything that makes a person human. Yes, they feel like real people, and God, is that refreshing. The writers even made the manager likable, which might be the biggest leap of logic for me. A manager who actually cares about his clients and is kind to them. I can accept fighting demons with song, but this is a step too far in the unbelievable scale. I feel like they added that in just to make sure that we knew for certain that this was fiction.
I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty.
You can excuse racism.
Adding all of this up, KPop Demon Hunters is as close to perfect as it can get. This isn't even adding the Korean culture aspect of it. I'm no expert, but I do know a few things about K-pop and K-drama, and the play on the tropes were both hilarious and informative to me. I love learning about cultures through passion projects like this. And this was definitely a passion project that loved the culture from which it originated.
I understood that reference.
And there's room for actual sequels and expansions. I have many questions about Rumi's father, and I want to see more of Zoe and Mira's families. I want more of this world and these characters, along with more music. Please, God, please, more music. It was so good. I loved it.
Hey!
Follow-ups not only make sense, but are wanted. They'd be easy to do with simple jumping off points already established in this movie. I can only hope that it's done right. Sony apparently didn't have a lot of faith in K-Pop Demon Hunters, because corpos are the biggest batch of morons on the planet. The top 4 Halloween costumes this year came from this movie. Who's in charge over there at Sony that couldn't predict that this would be a hit? They need to be kicked out immediately. All this is to say that there really isn't an aspect of the film that I don't like. I've watched it multiple times. I've listened to the soundtrack on loop. It's perfect. I'm literally on my knees begging for more of things like this. I've learned my lesson. I will support it. Quality animation with good music and amazing writing. I'll put up instead of shutting up next time, because I definitely came into this a little bit too late.
Shut up and take my money!
But what did you think? Did you like K-Pop Demon Hunters as much as me? Did you not think it was as good as what I thought? What about it did you like? Are you excited for a sequel? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone is entitled to their objectively wrong opinion.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Thank you all so much for watching.
You're still here?
Good night, everybody! Thank you, bye, boom!
Do not despair.